So we are going to discuss about ellipse. Okay, right? What is ellipse here? Already you know that in a plane, this is a fixed line, and it is a fixed point. Okay, so if this is a fixed line and this is a fixed point, this fixed point is called focus. Okay, this fixed line is called as directrix. A movable point in a plane, that is conic section. A movable point in a plane which makes a constant, the ratio of PS by PM, the ratio of PS, this movable point ratio from focus to the directrix, the ratio from focus to the directrix, that is PS by PM is E, and this E lies between, this E is there, right? This E is called eccentricity. So PS by PM is called as conic section, that constant is called conic section. And if this lies between 0 to 1, then we called as that what? We called as ellipse. If E is equal to 1, what we call parabola, that is we completed. Okay, in JEE what you know, mostly that in JEE they ask the questions on parabola and ellipse. Most of the questions in JEE they ask from parabola and ellipse. In Maharashtra CET also this topic is there, but CET high level they don't ask, smaller level. So I am going to discuss this chapter in detail. Okay, did you understand now what is the definition of ellipse? Ellipse you understood, right? Now we will discuss about the equation. Okay, see here now let us discuss about equation of the ellipse. You know what is the equation of ellipse? See, just I am recalling, already I explained in the playlist, you can see it. Today I am just recalling for you to make you understand all the time. Okay, what is the equation of the ellipse? X square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. There are two types of ellipse. One is vertical ellipse, one is horizontal ellipse. When a greater than b, then horizontal ellipse. So x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. This is also equation of ellipse. But we can take here a less than b. So you can have two types, either a greater than b, either a less than b. So here in some textbook, if you go for CBSE, they give that x square by b square plus y square by a square. But here I am mentioning as same because I am mentioning this a greater than b and a less than b there. So this way we will learn in JEE. So here, so this is called equation of ellipse. How you got this ellipse equation means, simple thing, you know some two rods are, you are keeping two fixed points here. Fixed any rods or anything you are keeping, fixed points, and then you are just keeping a rubber band, and then keep a pencil or pen and just pull it some distance, equidistance, and that distance you can rotate it, and that will form the ellipse shape. That is forms the ellipse shape. So here what are there? Two fixed points are there. In parabola you will be having only one fixed point. If parabola one fixed point, that is called only one focus. But in ellipse what you have two fixed point. It means there foci we call. Plural word of focus is foci. So here this will be two focus will be there. Focus 1 and focus 2. Okay. So this is actually the consideration of deriving the formula. They take this is as c comma 0, some constant c comma 0. This is they take as minus c comma 0. Okay, and if I take a point here, something point on this ellipse, x comma y, and what I say that pf plus and pf dash, these both are if I join, then what I want to say here, pf plus pf dash is a constant. Pf plus pf dash kya hota hai? Is a constant. That constant we will consider as 2a. What we consider? 2a. Constant is 2a. By this, the formula of ellipse is derived. So if I take this movable point is x comma y or h comma k, you know that locus moving point is say always locus at h comma k, and then we will simplify at the end h we replace as x and y we replace as k. But I am directly taking x comma y to not to get any confusion for you. So if I apply a distance formula here, pf distance formula. What is the distance formula? Under root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This one plus pf dash under root of x minus x plus c whole square, because the minus is there, plus will become plus, and y minus 0 whole square, and that is equal to 2a. And just you send this side, do the squaring on both sides. Again you do the squaring on both sides. If you simplify that, the equation will form as x square by a square plus y square by a square minus c square is equal to 1 format you will get. So this a square minus c square we will consider as some good constant, beautiful constant, that is b square. So this format becomes as x square by a square, okay, plus y square by b square is equal to 1. This way you will get the equation of the ellipse. So the equation of the ellipse proof nobody will ask you, just to know I just explain. The equation of the ellipse is x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. That is the equation of the ellipse. Don't by heart these all things, don't learn anything. Here you know that here one more thing is the one relation is a square minus c square is equal to b square. You just notice this thing. And in general, now I am going to discuss about eccentricity. Okay. So first of all, when you come to know this thing, and now I'll explain the real part, actually how this ellipse will be there and what are the things you have to remember, and then we will start some problems based on that. Okay, so daily I will explain some problems, so we will complete this. This is important for Maharashtra CET, but it is not in class 12th. Remember that this is not in class 12th. This is only for Maharashtra CET and JEE. Okay, it is not for the boards. Okay, already we have completed board syllabus 12th. There is no such syllabus is left. Okay, if you want any chapter revision, you tell me, I will explain all the chapter, because till May month you have the time, I can explain it. Our target is to score the marks, maximum marks to score. N number of times I can teach, that is not a problem. It is available in playlist also, you can watch it. But if still you want offline class, you can every day, you can come, and just after completing the syllabus you ask me, I will take the chapter. Okay, it's all right. Now what I want to say here, you already knows this. This is x-axis, y-axis, sorry, and this is x-axis, right? And if I draw the ellipse, you know ellipse, like, you know, in the space, like the sun, around the sun, all the other planets will be rotates. That axis is ellipse axis. The axis is ellipse axis. So they are around, they will rotate. Here, that is axis is ellipse. Likewise, here is the center of the ellipse is origin. In this case, the standard, this is called a standard limit. X square by a square, this is standard limits, standard ellipse. Okay, what is the equation of standard ellipse? X square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1, or x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1, but both the cases are, in this case is a less than b, that case is a plus a greater than b. Okay, we'll discuss everything here right now. Okay, all the concept points. Now you know that if I see, listen here, vertex, I am discussing about vertex. Now for this standard limit, standard ellipse, so limits I am getting all time. Standard ellipse, center is what here? Center is what? What is the center here? 0, 0. Center is what? Arey yaar, ye hai na center, ye center hai. This is center, 0, 0. Now vertex, what are the vertex of the ellipse? What are the vertices of the ellipse? If I substitute in this in this point, you know that y value is 0. अरे इसमें तो y value 0 है ना, है नहीं है? So if y value 0, if I substitute, what I will get? X value plus or minus a I will get. अरे ये y तो 0 हुआ तो x square equal to a square, x is equal to plus or minus a ना. So this is plus a and this is minus a. So these are the vertices of the ellipse. And if I substitute here, this point it is where it is cutting. If I substitute here x0, here also I am substituting x0 here. So y, what I will get b, y value plus or minus b. So I am going to get here plus b and here I am going to get here minus b. Isn't right? Are you getting it? Yeah. So these are the vertices of the ellipse. What are the vertices of the ellipse here? Tell me. What are the vertices of the ellipse? Bolo. Plus or minus a comma 0. Tell me next. Plus or minus 0 comma plus or minus b. These are the vertices of the ellipse. Center clear? Ellipse clear? Now focus. Now I told you, there a fixed point will be there. It's a horizontal this one. I said a greater than b. A greater than b. So on x-axis the focus is lies. If a less than b, then focus lies on the y-axis. So here a greater than b, the focus lies on the x-axis. So this point I told C comma 0, focus. Actually we called as AE comma 0. And this is what we called as minus AE comma 0. This is the focus. Always remember this is the focus. You can take S, S dash or F, F dash. So what is the focus? Focus of the ellipse is what? What is the focus of the ellipse in this case? Focus is what? What is foci? Foci means foci, we can say foci, we can say some of them. Foci means the plural word of focus. So what are the focus here? What is the focus here? Plus or minus AE comma 0. This is the focus of the ellipse. And you got the focus of the ellipse. You have the center. You have the vertex. Right? Now you got it what I said? Everything is clear? Very good. Very good. Now, what I want to say here, the line, the axis, I can say this is axis. The axis which lies along the focus is called as major axis. So focus किस axis पे रहता है उसको बोलते हैं major axis. So here what we can say here, there what I want to tell you here, the focus which is lies on the axis, that is called as major axis. What is that we call? Major axis. So here the major axis is the, what is the length of major axis? Can anybody say? Length of major axis? Length of major axis. Atar? 2a. Because here to here distance is a. Here to here distance is a. Therefore, this is the length of major axis. Correct? This is the length of major axis. So, a plus a is how much? 2a. Length of major axis is 2a. Correct? Now, here, if it is, this is a major axis, perpendicular to the major axis is called minor axis. So, what is minor axis here? Y-axis is the minor axis. Here x-axis is the major axis. In this case, for a greater than b, right? Now, what is the length of minor axis now? Can anybody tell me what is the length of minor axis? Length of minor axis? Yes, 2b. So, that is we called as 2b. Okay, did you understand now? Right, right. So, you got the length of major axis, you got the length of minor axis, right? So, how many points we covered? See, focus we covered, vertices we covered, center we covered, and what we covered now? Length of major axis, length of minor axis we covered. Correct? Right now, what I want to tell you here, if I join any 2 points, suppose here one point is there, here one point is there, if I join these 2 points here, okay, if I join these 2 points on the ellipse, any 2 points on the ellipse, that is called as chord of the ellipse. What do we call that is? Chord of the ellipse. What do we call that is? Chord of the ellipse. Ellipse ka chord bolte hain usko, right? That is called as chord of the ellipse. Understood? Suppose if the chord is passing through the origin, like I want to say that if I join any 2 points on that and it is passing through the origin, center, sorry, origin not center here. I speak in the sense of ellipse, okay. So here center is that. Origin we can say in coordinate geometry. Now here ellipse we are talking, so center I can say. If any line, the chord is passing through the origin, center, that is called as diameter. What we call this is? Diameter we call. This is what we called as diameter. Correct? Is it clear everyone? So diameter आ गया आपके पास, चलो right, diameter आया, and any line which is you have perpendicular to major axis, any line which is perpendicular to major axis, if you join like this, what we call these lines? These are called perpendicular. Suppose these are perpendicular, suppose, to the major axis, they are called double ordinates. They are called as double ordinates. But if this double ordinate passes through the focus, if this double ordinate passes through the focus, then what is called, we call this latus rectum. What we call this is latus rectum. Latus rectum we will call when it is passing through the focus. So how many latus rectums will be there? 2 latus rectum will be there, because it will be passes from here also, it can be passes from here also. Okay, is it clear to all? And in parabola you have seen directrix, fixed line होता ना, conic section definition only directrix should be there. Focus is there, where is directrix? Directrix will be here somewhere, and here will be some directrix. Fixed line will be there. What is the equation of directrix? X is equal to A by E. X is equal to what? A by E. And here what is the directrix here? X is equal to minus A by E. These are 2 directrices. Okay, if I take any point here, then I should only discuss that the distance, perpendicular distance from this line to this point and this focus, this is the ratio is eccentricity, not this and this. Don't take, that is wrong. If I am taking this axis, this side, so I have to consider this one and this one. If I am taking this side, and I have to consider this side and this focus. If I take any point here, then this focus and this distance I have to take. Not this point and this directrix you should not take any time. Okay, understood? Why? You know, ellipse is a symmetric about x-axis. Ellipse is symmetric about y-axis. That is the reason this whole thing is, you can see, image you can see there. Correct? It is symmetric about x-axis, symmetric about y-axis. Any curve x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. This is a ellipse. So when we can say any curve which is symmetric, when we can say, if I substitute in the place of x is minus x, then equation is not changed. अपने इधर x के प्लेस में माइनस x रखा, तो ये खुद वो फिर आ जाएगा. There is no change after substituting x is equal to minus x. This equation, there is no change. Did anything will be changed? So that is called, if in the place of x is minus x, if I keep and there is no change, then that is called as symmetric about x-axis. If I substitute y is equal to minus y and I keep in that and there is no change in the equation, then we can say that it is symmetric about y-axis. So this ellipse is symmetric about x-axis as well as y-axis. Understood this point? Is it clear? Is it clear to all? Now what I want to say here, you know that AE, actually we have taken C in the first. So AE is equal to what you got? AE is equal to C we got. And in that relation I had explained you, A square minus C square is equal to what? B square. A square minus C square is equal to what? B square I explained. It means that AE, if I do squaring, A square E square is equal to C square. A square E square is equal to squaring on both sides, C square. It means that A square E square is equal to, I can write C square value here. What I can write here? If I send C square here and B square here, A square minus B square equal to C square. So C square value is nothing but what? A square minus B square. Correct? Are you getting or not? Are you getting it or not? So a square e square minus a square, I do one thing, I want here, yeah, if I divide by a square both sides, so what I get here, e square is equal to what I will get, 1 minus b square by a square. So this is the equation of the ellipse, eccentricity. What is the value of eccentricity? E square is equal to 1 minus b square by a square. So eccentricity will becomes under root of 1 minus b square by a square. The value of eccentricity is under root of 1 minus b square by a square. Remember that when a greater than b, chota by bada, smaller by bigger. So the eccentricity is equal to under root of 1 minus b square by a square. So how many points we covered in this? Many points we covered. Eccentricity we covered. Focus we covered. What is focus? Plus or minus a comma 0. Vertex we covered. Okay. Length of lattice rectum now I will explain. Okay. Till wait now. In the next video I will explain.